Hey guys, Abby Johnson here. So I feel like if there's one city in the US that we talk about more than any, it's Portland, Oregon. So I don't know why they just are doing all this weird stuff all the time. So a little while ago, I read this article that I feel like we have to discuss. So the city of Portland decided that they are going to offer all of their government employees, all of their city employees, bereavement leave for any kind of pregnancy loss. Now, let me say, I think offering this is great. I will say that at both of my nonprofits, as soon as I started them, one of our policies that we instated was not only parental leave after delivery. We have maternity leave for our moms. We have paid maternity leave, 100% paid maternity leave for 12 weeks. I think that's an important part, something that we should be offering to our moms in the pro-life movement, that's paid for not by the government, but by private businesses. But also, I believe that we should be taking care of our moms if our moms have a stillbirth, if they have a miscarriage, and that's something that my own business, our own nonprofit, provides. However, we do not cover that if someone has an abortion, because why would we, right? That really doesn't fit under bereavement, because I'm all about definitions. Let's look at the definition of bereave, okay? So I'll go to my handy dandy dictionary here. Bereave: be deprived of a loved one through a profound absence, especially due to the loved one's death. Now, I don't understand how bereave and abortion fit together. One, if you're going to abort a preborn human being, if you're going to intentionally take their life, I'm not really sure how you can consider that a loved one, number one. Number two, we're talking about death. Well, that doesn't fit, because if you're saying that this preborn human being died by abortion, then you have to admit that they were alive. And that can't be, because pro-aborts always say that these things in the womb aren't alive. They're not alive. They're just like in this weird state of being. They're not alive. So like they can't be dead because they're not alive, and they're not human. They're just sort of this weird species. We don't know yet. And so this doesn't fit. Bereave does not fit. So bereavement does not fit. It doesn't fit. Right? So I continue to read the article, and this is what it says. It says, a staffer shared her experience of being a new employee who had yet to accrue any paid time off to use following her pregnancy loss. So you think, oh man, she had a miscarriage. No, that's not what happened. She essentially took days off without pay to deal with both her physical reaction to a medical termination, so a medical abortion, and the emotional and psychological impact of what happened. Rodriguez works for the city. She said, I'm like, okay, we need to figure out how to actually call this out and be proudly saying that this city wants to support families as they're going through this process. So they want to proudly support women who are having abortions. I fully believe in providing this for women who have actually had a pregnancy loss, who have actually gone through a miscarriage, who have gone through a stillbirth. But if you have willingly chosen to abort your baby, I'm not really understanding why the city and therefore city dollars are funding your paid time off for you to willingly kill your child and then take days off under bereavement leave when bereavement doesn't even fit. They can't figure out what they want. Is abortion a difficult decision? Is it not a difficult decision? Is it a baby in the womb that's alive or is it not alive? Is it a human being? Is it not a human being? Do we want to grieve the loss of a baby or do we not want to grieve the loss of a baby? Is it a baby? Is it not? They can't figure out what they want. So they just want it all, but you can't have it all. You have to decide. You have to pick. What is it? And if it is a human being, then call it what it is. I have a lot more respect for people who are willing to say, yeah, I know it's a human being. I know it's a baby. I know it's alive and I'm just willing to kill it and I'm okay with it. Than somebody who's just intellectually dishonest and just lying about the science. They can't decide what they want. And apparently the city of Oregon can't decide what they want. Apparently now abortion is a very, very difficult decision when Kate Brown, their governor, has been around here forever saying that abortion's not a big deal. So they don't know what they want. You know what? Pro-aborts, figure out your talking points because our talking points have been the same since the very beginning. So it's you guys who need to figure out what actually abortion is and what the baby in the womb is because we've always known what it is.